jugador més jove en debutar a la història del Barça. 15 anys, 9 mesos, Lamine Yamal fa història. Pilota per Lamine que rega cap esquerra, surt! Gol, 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 Lamine Yamal, gol! In El Clásico, Yamal, what a finish by Lamine Yamal!
I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my bless you.
Still be on the beat.
Baby, please give me tonight. I'm going crazy. Your lover. Baby, please give me tonight. I'm going crazy.
All right, Lagos, welcome to the Thursday edition of Sports Cruise Live for Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Yes, yesterday we had Barcelona confirming that Lamine Yamal is set to be. We've had a lot of players over the last couple of years, hold down the number 10, the likes of Rivaldo, the likes of Ronaldinho, even Diego Maradona has also turned out for Barcelona this year. And yes, yesterday Barcelona decided that the time was right to hand over the number 10 jersey to a 13-year-old Lamine Yamal, who has now taken center stage in the world of football. We'll talk about that. So when the news broke yesterday, unfortunately we couldn't get time to talk about that. We'll talk about how he could perhaps be influenced by, the level of popularity that Cameroonian forward as well as Brentford forward, talking about Bryan Mbeumo. I think that was after 7 weeks, they came up with their first offer. They've now brought forward what Brentford exactly want. And then, yes, yesterday we had the first game of the, UEFA Women's Euros, currently holding right there as well in Switzerland, with, Norway women being knocked out of the competition by the Italian women, 2-1 in favor of Italy women. Release clause of £75 million was effectively expired, and Napoli are still insisting that they are not going to be sending Victor Osimhen for the fee or less than the fee of 75 million. We'll talk about that as well. Because a lot of clubs at this point are currently flirting with some strikers, but the billion-dollar question is, why is Victor Osimhen's name not in that conversation? Banjo Oluwasegun, otherwise known as Agoton. Of course, that every day of the week, the star boy himself, talking about Tᴏᴏ joins me on the show. And today is quite different. Today's show is quite different. I can't even feel my legs. So anyhow,
right.
I
got you.
By the international,
the food celebrating the
international
food where you the chop. Wow. Good evening, everyone. It's a Thursday edition of the show, and of course, it's an amazing time. We're celebrating our own in-house Said Fuad, head of operations, the man that called in the broadcasting industry for his innovation and creativity. The much of the success Mainland FM has been able to achieve despite the number of years we've just spent being in the media space has had to do a whole lot with Said Fuad's creativity and own free-willing, expressive. I've always said it.
Except some days he decides to lock his door.
For some reason, because of people like you people, that you carry all the problem at home and come and disturb Said Fuad. And Said Fuad is not just the man that spills the facts and the numbers on midweek politics on Wednesdays 1 to 3 p.m. He's also a footballer, and that's how we call him Figo. And the Figo is not for just name. Yeah, he's the third highest goal scorer in the history of Mainland FM. With 2 goals. Wow, just 2 goals. He's the third highest goal scorer with just 2 goals. I don't know who is number 1. But I know I'm number 2. I think Kule Dana is number 1. Okay. Yes, exactly. So, big shout out to Said Fuad, and he's helped us, to stay stable. And if nothing at all, one thing I've learned from him is it changed my dynamics of life hacks. you know, each time I wake up and I tell people that no matter the rules, I think you and I had that
talked about
conversation in
that.
the kitchen yesterday, and I said no matter the rule you have in life, nothing else, every rule is.
Let me correct you, Okwemi. You didn't say thou shalt not. You said thou must.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's the word.
that was the word.
The word is must. You must do everything within your power to make sure that you stay alive. And he always says it at the end of the day. So you've got to stay alive. Big shout out to Side4. Thank you for providing quality leadership. And I've always said it that the creative space is one of the most difficult places to handle and manage people, because everyone feels like, oh, I can put on the mic, I can, run, for every one of us to continue to learn from. Smart guy, intelligent, young, vibrant, encouraging, energetic, and very witty. I mean, for a man that grew up with his grandfather, so sometimes when you listen to Side4 at the first international media conference that was held at the prestigious University of Lagos yesterday. Congratulations to Side4. And he declared the floor open. Today. Ibiza. Unfortunately, I was on air. But so some pictures filtered, and then, but of course, whatever stays in Milan, whatever happens in Milan FM stays in Milan FM.
Yeah, guys, Milan. FM.com. You can also listen to us via our website www.milanfm.com, or even your Radio Garden platform. Tomorrow, we'll have the Super of Nigeria by 5 p.m. Play against the Ʀᴅᴜnᴜ of Zambia in what is a must-win WAFCON 2024, currently holding as well right there in Morocco. And just before, I think I was during the press conference, we had the manager of the Zambian side, as well as Barbara Banda. The popular what's the name, Zambian forward, now talking about the fact that they don't fear the Super Falcons of Nigeria, and they think they can get the job done against Super Falcons. Meanwhile, the manager of the Super Falcons, talking about Justin Madugu, and then one of the defenders talking about Aṣley Plumpton, also came out and said that what they just want to do is to get their Falcons done on the pitch. They don't want to have any form of interactions, altercations with the Ʀᴅᴜnᴜs, and then they want to also get the job done. So, before we also against the Ʀᴅᴜn$s of Zambia tomorrow by 5 p.m. Don't also forget as well that two of the Zambian forwards also were shortlisted in the CAF's group stage best 11, and we talked about how dangerous that could be for the Super Falcons of Nigeria, because they are yet to come. And do you think the Super Falcons maybe stand a chance against the Zambians tomorrow?
Yes, and it's going to be difficult for me not to sound optimistic, not to sound patriotic, especially because of how gloomy the entire week has been. So we need the strength of the former president, President Muhammadu Buhari, filtered in the Chelsea playing the final of the FIFA Club World Cup and winning it, kind of overshadowed the news. It was on Monday, when the whole euphoria of winning the competition has cleared off, that we say, okay, it's a big deal, and then that consumed the entire week. So we really need the Super Bowl. I asked, because the news broke before the game against Algeria. We played Algeria in our last match. That was Algeria. To pay tribute to the immediate past president. But I guess it didn't happen. Maybe they just didn't want to distort that. I think for me, the Super Falcons need to have a big game. So the twist is very easy. For the Super Falcons, they've not considered any going 3 matches. Now they are also yet to complete the WSL team, Brighton and Hove Albion. And so our first game, when she kept a clean sheet, Brighton made 8 to the quarterfinal of the Women African Cup of Nations. So I'm sure that they also know good enough. There's a lot to watch from Zambia, because they're not just at that stage. Clips to watch about them. Zambia, Nigeria,
South Africa.
Bayana, the host Morocco are top favorites going into these Women African Cup of Nations, and they've shown no disrespect to the Black Queens of Ghana. I don't think they are a serious problem for us. Even the Senegalese women as well. I expected them to, get us those clocking, but because Morocco is the host nation, African Cup of Nations as well. Of course, there's Bayana, the defending champions. There seems to be the emerging powerhouse that would, check the control of the Super Falcons. There's also, maybe from the continent of Africa. She's big, she's physical. She reminds me of I remember this South African Olympic medalist. This I remember her name, this track and field queen that had done series of hormonal tests to check whether
if
she's
she was
a man
truly a
or
woman.
if she has more hormones as a man and all of that.
That's testosterone.
Yes, that's the same place. You look at Barbara Banda. She looks to me like Barnes. Talking about how physical she is. I'm talking about how she's held nation. She's led from the front. She's delivered the goals when it matters the most. She's also provided leadership on and off the pitch. So I think about a year ago, I was watching a documentary on the women football in South Africa. So the Banyana, that's the senior women national team, the under 20, the under 17, they have a sponsorship endorsement for the next 10 years. Women's football in South Africa, the Women's League, it just got professional 2 years ago. They have sponsors for the next 5 years. So they have regular grassroots football tournaments to discover young talent that will go through and play for Banyana. Maybe Atletico Femini. You can look at Nasarawa
Amazon or Robo Queens.
You can look at Robo Queens. You can look like Rivers Angels,
Bayelsa Queens, and all of them.
You have enough talent to pick from. So we have a chance to knock off we've got the best goalkeeper on the continent of Africa, one of the best in the world. And C쏘ᴛᴏᴛ. Imagine a defender scoring a hat-trick in Saudi Arabia. She's doing some amazing stuff. Aźa Toshola is the most successful women player in the history of the continent. She's won the Champions League and she's won the Spanish La Liga. She played for both Liverpool and Arsenal the same season. Went to they lost 4 goals to 1 to Lyon. She scored the only good BFC in the American League. Whatever it was that necessitated that move, I don't want to talk about it. It's personal.
Do you think it's more about the money moving to BFC?
I'm not sure it's about the money. And as ago, she's sponsoring as she has a football club, an all-girls football club where she's sponsoring. She still goes back to Robo FC, to support them financially. Herself and Rashidat Ajibade, the captain of the side. So the Caspar Semenya, she's an athlete and she's won multiple medals at the Olympics for South Africa. But constantly she's been put on that test. At some point,
that's estrogen for women now.
One level so that she can compete with women. But she said that's how she is. She's not a man. She's a
that
woman.
way. I mean, look at her. I mean, Cʀᴜɪsᴜ at
the boxer at the Olympics.
Paralympics.
I think tomorrow is going to be a huge test for the Super Falcons. But hey, nothing gives you that happiness than having an opportunity to knock off one of your opponents, one of your favorites going into this Women African Cup of Nations. The goal is to win 10. Is La Decima. We thought we were not going to drop any points, but we're able to get 7 out of available 9. We played a goalless draw against Algeria in our last game. So our defense had not been broken yet. We've yet to concede a single goal. 3-0. 1-0 goalless. That's been the journey. So 2 players in the CAF 11 and both of them are strikers. That shows how efficient they've been in front of goal. They've got those chances, they convert those chances, and they've been able to kill off games. So it's going to be a tough game for the Super Falcons tomorrow. But like I said, they know that they've got games actually started showing the Super Falcons game, and a lot of people were in that place to watch the game. So I think the Super Falcons understand what it means, to play for Nigeria, whether it's Future Eagles, whether it's Flying Eagles, whether it's Flamingos, whether it's Falconets, whether it's Falcons, whether it's Super Eagles, whether it's Dream Team. The moment Nigeria is playing, everybody puts off whatever it is that divides us.
Exactly.
You will see Emeka and
Algeria. It also coincided with the FIFA Club World Cup final between Chelsea and PSG.
What do you expect?
And I saw a lot. I mean,
to show Chelsea's game
and one for the Super Falcons. Why not the other way around?
Guess what? People were complaining. That you remove the
Super Falcons. Oh my God.
Yes, now especially when we're not scoring.
Exactly.
Chances we're not converting it. People told him to remove the
and
third TV
and
put Super Falcons. So I think for me, the Super Falcons know what's at stake tomorrow. I will change 8 of our starting 11 against Algeria. So good enough. Deborah is going to be back. Deborah is going to be back in the team tomorrow. She's going to be starting
from yellow card suspension.
She got suspended for the game against Algeria, and you could see that in that midfield we lacked an enforcer, nobody to connect from defense and convert attack
midfield
for us.
Rasheedat Ajibade was also not part of the team.
She was wasteful. I don't know why CAF gave her the player of the match against Botswana, because I feel like Ashley Prompter was the best player.
Exactly.
Apart, we know now that this is a knockout stage. It's not group stage where you can draw and lose and still remain in the competition.
Exactly.
This is a knockout. You lose, you're done. And I'm sure that we came fourth in the last edition. We lost the third place.
We lost the third place game.
And with the stars that we have in the Super Falcons, right? I like the composition because on club football. What's her name now?
Rashidat. That's Desire Paranoze.
No, Paranoze.
Which one?
The oldest member in the team right now.
Not Ono maybe because she's not Papa.
I also try to remember, and I've always been saying is that I think she's done with the team. She couldn't provide leadership and quality in our game against Algeria. She couldn't get us going forward. Our crosses were weak. Our penetrative efforts were so poor, despite the fact that she's the most experienced player in the team. Super Falcons. I was thinking she can do better. So we return to the winning team against our first game. The Super Falcons know that they're condemned to win tomorrow, because if you lose tomorrow, you don't even have the chance. You don't have the chance to top place
at all.
Exactly. I mean, you need to get in the semi-final to have a shot at the third place. But I have a feeling that if you're able to knock out the Copper Queens of Zambia tomorrow, neutralize the stress and the pressure of Barbara Banda, whether you like it or not, she's the biggest player in the team.
Yeah.
One of the biggest on the continent of Africa. One of the biggest in the world.
As well.
I mean, so I think if you're able to neutralize whatever,
it's going to be the Super Falcons of Nigeria up against the Copper Queens of Zambia. And by 8 p.m. as well, same tomorrow, Morocco women are talking about the host nation. I will be up against Mali women by 8 p.m. Another games would also take place as well from Saturday. We have the likes of Algeria. Yes, Algeria women will be taking on Mali women. That game is going to be played by 5 p.m. on Saturday. And same Saturday as well, South Africa women would also be up against Senegal. Only one game was played yesterday, talking about the UEFA Women Euros, currently taking center stage as well in Switzerland. Exactly. But yesterday we had the Italian women
quarterfinal qualification since 1997.
Imagine.
That's at the Euros. The quarterfinal at the Euros since 1997.
And then by today, we also have the England women talking about the defending champions of the Euros up against the Swedish women as well later today by 8. So that's going to be a tough game.
Did you watch Sweden versus Germany 4-1 trashing?
Yeah. Against Germany, yeah. Was it 4-1 or 5?
4-1.
Yeah, I think
Germany
it was 4.
scored first.
They scored first, exactly. Then Sweden came back. I saw it.
No, be you first scored.
*Ḥoɪnkéz, exactly.
Germany scored first, and the game of a lifetime against Lioness. Lioness lost their first game against France,
and then they won the next game.
And then they won their next
one was 4-0. Was it
4-0
and 6-0?
4-0 and then 6-0 against Wales.
Against Wales, yeah.
They knocked out Wales as well. So it shows that Wingman, the coach of the Lioness, retired from the national team. So it's kind of a little affected them.
I would also go, but then before we also leave women's football as well, yes, we now have the deal is from Liverpool.
Okay, so the
Arsenal.
name I was trying to remember was Francis Całdega.
Victor Archibald also sent me a message now.
I think by now Francis Całdega's time with the Super Falcons is done and dusted.
She should not even have been invited.
I wanted Gift Monday in this team. And so the fact that
Francis, what's his name? Justin Madugu came out and said, I mean, the competition for places is quite tough.
Not Gift Monday again.
Better than DJ, you don't know.
Which devil? I know Gift Monday. What do you mean?
We know Francis Całdega.
As who? She's not even the captain of the team, actually.
Yeah.
It's Azat.
But if Azat is not even the captain.
See, Azat Oshola was the captain.
Yeah, before
they saw
Rashidat.
No, they saw what's her name there, and they didn't give her the captain before they took it over. They saw the guy there, they didn't give her captain. I agree
or age.
Age maybe.
Yeah.
Because she had not played top flight football as much as Azat Oshola has played. Odega had never won the Champions League.
Yeah, but she's won the
4 consecutive times, 6 out of the last 7.
But if you ask Aziza Oshola about what she thinks about Francisca, she will tell you that she adores her.
Listen to me. I think we always make a mistake of mixing emotions with this. Yes, I'm of the opinion that when you have people that have paid their dues, when you have legends in the in national team or in is loudest. Not when the people that got to the stage idolizing you are now coming in to make a mess of you and came out. The rumor was that she was injured. She wasn't injured.
She wasn't injured. She came out herself to say, I'm not injured though.
Then Madugu came out to say that, it's the competition. So you have to let go of
31.
Except you are matter.
She says she's 31.
Except you are matter. 31 is a lot in women's football.
Exactly, I know, right? So
that's what I'm saying.
Yesterday I was watching the women edition of Without Matter is a lot.
Yeah, it's a whole lot. But then, like we said, Francis Całdega had paid her dues with the Super Falcons. She's a legend, a living legend. She's done so well for the girls. But we have whether she's a captain or not.
Yeah.
Aṣa Shola is a leader, whether she's the captain or not. But for a player that could not even make one single successful cross in a dead rubber game, that we're not even under pressure to win. We've qualified already for the next round of the AFCON. Yeah. We're not under pressure to win that game against Algeria. I felt like Francesco Odega should use that game to show the manager, like, you know what? I may be the oldest, but I've got experience. Yeah. I can dictate game. I've played at the semi-final. I played at the final. I've won the AFCON. I played at the World Cup. And I'm like, wait a minute. What is she doing?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
Let's still swap focus of there and still stay with the women before we leave all of that very quickly. Back in January, we had 900,000 pounds, and just about 6 months later, we now have Arsenal women deciding to sign Canadian striker Olivia Smith from Liverpool women for a world record fee of £1 million. Okpemi, how much of an improvement? At the part of the men, we are seeing record deals in the region of 150 million, 110 million, and that for the women. Yes.
Me, I'm a huge fan of women's football. I'm a huge fan of women's sports.
Women's sports.
Please don't ask me why.
Yeah, obviously.
Swimming. I love
tennis.
Swimming.
I love tennis, especially women playing tennis.
I know. When you have 5, 6 women, doing the same thing underwater in the pool, I love it. I love it. I also love women basketball. I love women tennis.
Women tennis.
When that serve is coming in, the energy and all of that. I love all of those.
What form of energy?
Every energy you can imagine. I'm straight, right?
I hope you don't have ulterior motive.
Interior, there has to be a motive for existence. Otherwise, if you don't have a motive to live, then you're as good as dead. So, I think for the people that have followed us for a while on this show, you'll understand that my body language towards women football has been the same. I know that they don't put the same numbers with the men, but the United States women national team have had more success than their men counterparts, than their male counterparts rather. The male counterparts have never won the senior World Cup. Yeah. The women are the most successful club side in women football history. They've won the World Cup back to back. Yeah. They've won it 4 of the last 7 editions. The same side of stadium. You get a red card for getting red card. There's VAR. Yeah. For pulling here, you get red carded. You play 90 minutes. You play 120 minutes. There's the same size of pitch. You have the same number of substitutions that you have to make. When there's concussion, you have to go out and get
extra sub.
The same rule that applies to male football applies to female football. So when I see that, that dichotomy of, especially in terms of qualify, I don't know, maybe it's AFCON or World Cup against Algeria. That's the Super Falcons. Okay. The girls were paid $100. For a qualifier against Algeria.
Is it per individual or the
individual? Okay. $100. Okay. But the Super Eagles that came to play friendly match were paid $5,000 each. Okay. $100. And even the $100 was a battle. Okay. Before they could get it. But the guys that came to play friendly match were paid $5,000. Well, I'm sure maybe when we open the phone line, a lot of people would disagree with this. Yeah. Remember, on the eve of this current AFCON, or WAFCON rather, there were rumors about salaries being unpaid the Super Falcons by the NFF. Months.
Exactly. Makeshift.
It's still at the Moroccan embassy.
Yeah.
So the girls are playing with new jersey, but are training with old kits. And they've gotten to the quarterfinal stage of the AFCON. The NFF have not been able to sort out the issue with the Moroccan embassy in terms of moving their luggages. I'm coming. So I think if you also look at the last Euros, where the Lioness won, I watched the final game.
I think that was against, was it Netherlands?
Against Holland, yes, Netherlands. Yeah. And the final was held at Wembley. They hosted it. And that was the highest ever appearance. At Wembley in any football competition,
even surpassing the Euro final between
England. Even the 3 Lions that played the final of the Euros could not pull that number at the same stadium. Yeah. During that Euros, there were games that had 47,000 capacity. Germany, where France won that game 3-1. Okay. They had about 61,000 people in the quarterfinal at the stadium. So women football are certainly growing. Well, so, maybe not at the pace we expected.
I don't have any doubts with you saying that women football has also continuing to grow. But I think where my what is it called now? My different opinion now comes in is the fact that a lot of people are clamoring for these ladies to be on the same pay with that of their male counterparts. Now, don't forget as well that recently, we had under 13 boys. Under 13 boys.
I know that's where you're going to.
Trashing a senior women national side. 5-0 under 13 boys. So, I mean, where is the balance? Where does the balance come into all of these things? So a lot of people are saying they should be on par in terms of reward, in terms of pay.
Payments.
I don't think it can be possible. I don't think so. How will an under 13 team be taking a senior women national team to the cleaners? It has not just happened here in Nigeria. It has happened over the world, in Europe. Wasn't it a couple of months ago where we had, under 13 boys of Portugal beating, what is it called, the senior women nationals in a friendly of Portugal as well. We've had something like this. So where does the balance now come in?
So I'm not going to advocate that both the men and the women should be paid the same amount of money. But for me, if I World Cup the one, that was under President Donald Trump's first term as president.
Yeah?
They refused to present the trophy at the White House because they felt like Donald Trump was not ready to come up on that conversation of paying them the same amount of money. But other countries are doing it. In Australia right now, the men and the women, they earn the same amount of money for games, whether friendly match or qualifier, and that's solid. So for Oliver Smith, I think our transfer to Arsenal from Liverpool is a big deal. First off, Arsenal are the current champions of the UEFA Champions League, right?
Yeah.
So they have a lot of money to spend. They have the highest number of appearances. The North London derby last season has the highest number of appearances in the game
WSL.
54,000. In fact, it was held at the Emirates Stadium. The game against Aston Villa that they lost by 4-3 at the
Aston Villa's home.
All of those games were sold out. So it's a gradual thing. But I think we are really far behind. For us to be celebrating £1 million transfer as the most expensive in history of women, people are saying she's Canadian.
Yeah.
And she's become the most expensive signing in women's football history by completing a £1 million move to Arsenal from Liverpool. The 20-year-old made an international debut at 15, has signed a 4-year deal with the Champions League.
That's like 20. That's like 20%.
20 kini out of 22.
Yeah.
The 10% of 22 is 2%. So 7% is almost 40-something percent.
I see where this is coming from, actually. I see where this is coming from.
Relax.
All right, guys, let's also leave it up that very quickly and talk about some transfer stories in the world of football. Man United has now made an official third bid for Brentford's brand aim to respond to the offer. United have remained confident about getting their man and had been hopeful of adding. However, United have been strongly linked with Chelsea forward Nicholas Jackson and Aston Villa goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez in recent days. Has also been the priority of Old Trafford to get a Mbeumo deal done between Man United as well as Brahim Mbeumo. And the fact that they had to wait for so long before they came up with their improved offer of £65 million and then £5 million as well in add-ons. And you take a look at these goals as well for the Man United need at this point in time.
Man United need everything.
They have Matheus Cunha.
They need the goalkeeper. And even if
Onana is there,
even just 2 seasons, there are players that played 10 years, 15 years of club football as goalkeepers, and they didn't concede up to 200 goals.
Is that in part to Andre Onana or the defenders he has at his front?
I'm coming. You look at the likes of the legendary George Campos. The Mexican captain and goalkeeper. You look at Oliver Kahn, the legendary Bayern and Germany goalkeeper and former captain. So all of these players, these goalkeepers, wrote their names, cast their names in the stones of history. But so you look at Andre Onana, you look at how much it took Man U to get him from Inter. You also look at how much it took Inter Milan to get Jan Sommer as his replacement, just £5 million. And you look at, Andre Onana, almost 200 goals in all competition.
Even when they brought on Baeda.
When they brought in Baeda, the only game he kept going, considered 4 goals. So when they brought Onana back against Lyon, remember that semi-final? He also considered 4 goals
as well.
So Yoruba would always say, they are the same thing. So now I'm glad that Manchester United seems to want to sign World Cup winning goalkeeper from Aston Villa player.
But I think he's way beyond his prime. I think last season he had some form of terrible games.
For goalkeepers, the older the better.
Yeah, the age like fine wine.
When Manchester United went to Fulham to bring in Edwin in 2006, weeks.
from
he was
Arsenal.
the player of the tournament.
Yeah.
He didn't concede a single goal in over 1,000 minutes of football. In fact, in their game against Villarreal, that semi-final, he kept in goal for them. It was until final against Barcelona when his village people entered into him and he committed that foul against Sᴘᴏ Oᴘᴇɪ and then he got red carded. So look at Oliver Kahn as well. Look at Petr Cech. Petr Cech has so much going for him at Chelsea that even at 34, he still got a big move to Arsenal, and he was in Arsenal for 3 years to score in the market. And luckily for them, they were able to get Matthias Cunha early enough. I'm sure he's acclimatizing with the team, but they've got to let go of the players that need to leave.
But they still have some strikers.
Marcus Rashford today is what Casemiro is still doing in that team. Eriksen's deal is also done and dusted. Yep. So we've got a lot of players that will need to leave that side. And if Manchester United, Onana is injured now, 6 weeks or maybe, and the Premier League what's today?
Today is 17th.
Exactly a month from today.
Now, the Premier League.
Arsenal, Man U will be playing that first game of the season.
So that means Onana is not going to be playing.
Coincidentally, I just checked the day right now. Today is 17th. Arsenal, Man U will play on the 17th of August. That's exactly a month from today.
Yeah.
What has Man U done in the transfer window? They brought in Matthias Cunha, no doubt about that.
Yeah, they also brought on one. I think he's a South American defender as well.
You know what successful club side in world football?
I didn't see the big side.
They are always a big side.
Okay.
If Arsenal that had not won the league in 21 years can still be bragging with Chelsea that had won 22 trophies in the last century, that makes them the most successful club in England in the last century. And Arsenal have not won, and they are still bragging.
But they've won Community Shield.
Community Shield is 3.
But it's a trophy.
It's not a trophy.
It's a trophy.
It's not a trophy.
It's the traditional cutting razor of English football.
Do you know what trophies are?
Do you know what it means to win the traditional cutting razor of English football?
Your hand.
Yes. That's how big it is.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? You would have the compliment of this first full transfer window. And I'm trying to understand why is it difficult for Man U. We heard that Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants to, he said he's not paying more than 65 million pounds for Brian Mbeumo, and Brentford are holding on for 70 million pounds. Just pay the remaining 5 million pounds and bring in your player and start it. You cannot finish the season 15th and you're struggling to sign players.
You if you are a player and Man United come for you, will you go and play for Man United?
I would go
to when you're not going to play. You're not going to play Champions League.
I would rather go to Man U than go to Arsenal.
What do you mean by that?
Man U have played. Are you joking? There's no season that Man U don't play a final.
Oh my God.
Yes. There's no season that Man U don't play a final. When was the last time Arsenal played any final?
But at least they finished second in the Premier League. Do you know what it means to finish second in the Premier League?
Man U still played the final of the Europa League.
Wasn't
it Man U that knocked Arsenal out of the FA Cup?
It's just that most of the time Arsenal only gets to be the bridesmaid in the wedding, not the bride. That's just what happens. They are quite unlucky. Let's get to pick some calls.
Did they cause them not to be lucky?
I mean, luck can be on both sides. Either you're on your side or your opponent's side. Let's get to pick some calls. That's now 36000 410. Yes, we also have messages as well to also read via WhatsApp. This guy says, hi guys, this is Jacob Cool. From the time Man United started posturing Brian Mbeumo, my darling Chelsea has become European champion and world champion. It's like my darling Chelsea winning that trophy before my.
Did you see Domino Pizza's tweet?
Yeah.
Oh, I had to retweet it.
Okay.
That was evil.
Let's also read all this.
Also, friend asked real_strong_ball, son of man on X. Also tweeted, our name is Semaya Cast. That means we've got a lot of people listening to us. Thank you guys.
Thanks so much. Let's get to pick some calls on 36000 You're welcome to the show. Good evening to you. Hello.
Good evening.
You're welcome.
Yeah, good evening.
You're welcome.
Good analyst. I think I would like to speak to Ope.
Struggling to hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, better now.
Okay. The reason why they are having that kind of issue of players that are even not in the squad anymore, or maybe part of them are in the squad. Which Elanga was sold 55 million. Now you have about 8 million. I don't have the full details, but it's something that I'm a full Manchester United fan. I go deep to deep on a daily basis about their transfers. So last season it wasn't like this. United were not one of the five. They are not letting Casemiro go. You know, I still don't know. United need a holding midfielder and a good top scorer with Mbeumo. You know, that's it for me. Good evening.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate your brilliant take on that one. Let's see if we can pick some other calls. Okay, the calls are still coming in. You're welcome to the show. Good evening to you.
Hello, Abattoir.
How far now?
I did. I'm going to agree to you.
Maga.
I'm going anytime. Anytime you say Onana, I'm always laughing. For Man United, you said that they are looking to Man United.
Yes, no.
Yes, I know you say that.
Now, brilliant signing,
Go for this. People will have people like Woodland and this striker. Now,
it's going to be a big struggle for Man U.
Yeah.
If they're able to pull this transfer in. For Mazuari, for Andre Onana, for Amad Diallo, for Mbeumo, in January, they'll be away for AFCON. Or in December, rather.
That's December.
So
that's
imagine
true.
the struggle of Man U right now, and they will now lose their number one choice goalkeeper. In Andre Onana.
Yeah.
Mbeumo, if they're able to put his deal through.
Exactly.
Onana
There's
and
also
Mbeumo are both Cameroonians. There's Amad Diallo. He's also going to be away
for Ivory Coast. 36,000 phones is on 36,410. Yeah, welcome to the show. Good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. Let's do this real quick, please.
Okay, fine. Please, for the news of Martinez coming to Man U, I pray the deal. I used to complain on this platform. so it's better to have an old man in goal post than that young man. And then for Mbeumo and Bruno, I hope to talk to you guys tomorrow. Enjoy your show.
Thank you so much, Abishai. Let's get a pick some calls as well as around 36,000 phones. You're welcome to the show. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Ope. Good evening. What's happening to this, my brother? Victor Osimhen. I hope the village people are not really doing something, because he ought to have gone to, what do you call it?
A big club.
Or whatever they call it. Yeah.
Al-Hilal.
Why are they standing on his way? Why is the people he helped to?
One of his contracts that he has. Napoli included a 1-year extension clause on his contract before moving to Turkey.
That don't need you.
If Napoli didn't even win the Italian last season, it would have been a different ball game.
Yeah.
They won the league without you. They won the league without Kvaratskhelia.
Sending a message.
So it's clear that you don't need it in that side. And Napoli wants to milk
around like bread.
Victor Osimhen is the best striker in world football as we speak. And this guy is not even sure where he's going to be playing next month when the league resumes.
Well, I have my reservations.
I feel so pained.
Let's get to pick some calls. I have my reservations about that one. Let's get to pick some calls in on 36,000 phones. Yeah, welcome to the show.
Correction to Okoyemi. Yes, he is not the most in the past century. A century is 100 years, so I beg. If you don't know, maybe you are talking of maybe a decade. I don't even know where you come from.
So which
in England, I'm in Liverpool, I'm in Mayo.
They've been more successful than Chelsea.
Those two, they have.
Chelsea have won. Chelsea have won. So let me bring it to you. First off,
no, I'm correcting you. Century is 100 years.
He knows.
My brother.
He knows.
Chelsea 21. Man City 20.
Major trophy.
Which
one?
In the 24th century.
Somebody get league.
It's people talking. You should come with your facts.
Your facts, exactly.
We don't play with facts.
Please show you that. Okay? Let's get to pick some more calls. You're welcome.
Hello.
You're welcome to the show.
Hello.
Thank you so much.
Talk to me, Baba,
for now, no transfer. I don't feel like for the whole vibe together. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, guys. We're now gone past 6 p.m. Yeah, we have a message as well here. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. But by tomorrow, I think we'll have all of the details for you. But guys, thank you so much. We can't pick any more calls at this point in time. I can see calls coming through. Thank you. Don't forget to stay safe. Goodbye.